Okay, morning everyone. I was busy chatting and suddenly, it's gone 9 o'clock. Slightly caught out this morning. Nice run of weather, and the BBC this morning were suggesting this high pressure is going to hang on for about at least another week, with it getting warm, days with possible cumulus, days at blue. So take your pick, really. You can see it building out to the west of us. The weather fronts over Scotland, very weak affairs. They're just sort of cloud features, really. And we're in a general northwesterly flow. I think it'll be a bit variable at times during the day because it's quite large spacing between the isobars. But it's just a general steadily northwesterly. High pressure is fairly high, been steadily building the last 12 hours. Not stabilising things out completely at the moment. TAF's Farnborough's 325 knots and Cav OK. Well, Cav OK just means no cloud below 5,000 feet. Gatwick are saying 4.5. Heathrow Cav OK, one or two other places suggesting cumulus. We could see cumulus 4.5 to 5,000 feet in places, but very small amounts. Upper winds are northwesterly as well. Not much stronger, 10 knots. I think 10 knots at the most, looking at the other models, from 320, 330 degrees. And that's all day, really. SatPic doesn't show you much at all, to be honest. I'll just pause it at about 8 o'clock. It's fairly clear, weak fronts across the far north of England. These will dissipate fairly quickly, just low bits of cloud. Out in the North Midlands, it's pretty clear. Any fog in one or two places will disappear really, really rapidly. There's no upper cloud showing up on that. There is some right out in the channel here, out towards the Atlantic. That might just come in. You can see it in the distance, but it's very thin cirrus. Might see that in the distance later on. So temperatures building quite nicely, and the BBC and other models were suggesting 27, 28 in London, 27 around here. Those are sort of numbers I've been going on. Dew points, well, here's the key bit, really. The dew point models suggesting around here 8s and 9s. If the dew point's above 10, maybe 10 or 11, because currently they're between sort of 13 and 14. If they stayed at 11, we'd see bits of cumulus. If they're down at 9, we won't see any cumulus at all. So it's really as simple as that on the soundings. And I've done a couple of soundings looking here north towards Buckingham area, and then you've got the actual sounding. So that's the one for around here, or just south of here, for around 1, 2 o'clock. So if you can see, if you've got a dew point of about 11, you can follow the line up here. You can have cumulus about 4.5 and small amounts of Q just in there. If you follow the line up and it's 9, just there, it misses the red line, and we won't have any cumulus at all. It really is on the edge of cumulus, so just about the right amount of spacing. The line's there, and it does come apart late in the day, so it could well be that we do have some cumulus during the day, and possibly it disappears late afternoon. The sounding further to the north, similar sort of thing. They're suggesting further north dew points down at about 8s, but if they were stayed around 10, then you would have some cumulus about 5,000 feet probably, and that's in the afternoon. The Lark Hill, slightly different. They've picked up the dew points here at about 12 at the moment. So once you get sort of 18, 90 degrees, you're gonna get some reasonable mixing and start to get some thermal activity. This line, wiggly line here, will just move slowly up. So with 25, 26 degrees, you should be looking at somewhere around, if this line moves up about 1,600 meters. And it depends really where the dew points sit. Top Meteo is suggesting that it's going to be blue most of the day with bits of Q in various far-flung locations. That's between 11 and 12 o'clock local time, so it's going to 3,500 feet by then, and then move it forward a couple of hours. Early afternoon, 1,500 meters around here, mid-afternoon the same, 1,600 meters. So yeah, 4,500 feet plus, but they're suggesting blue. So if you look at the cloud amounts, but they're suggesting by 11 o'clock. Cumulus out to the far west and some around us or slightly east of us, and then it just blues out according to Top Meteo for most of the day, and there's some upper cloud just coming in, some cirrus coming in for later in the afternoon. Top Meteo, slightly different picture in so much height of the thermals about the same, 1,500 meters, 4,500 feet. In our area, out towards Oxford and then into East Anglia. Q base, they're suggesting that there's going to be cumulus out to the west, sort of the Keevil, west of the Salisbury Plain danger area, and then cumulus out into East Anglia. And the depth will be, not very, very shallow cumulus, probably depth of 100 meters by the looks of 100, 200 meters. So quite small cumulus, but a blue patch running up the center of the country, which we under between us and Bicester, really, where they're suggesting no chance of cumulus. So who knows? Top Meteo have been fairly accurate recently. So I think a blue day with a chance of cumulus in places. Airspace wise, you've got lots on the little chart here that we show, but very little of relevance. All of these are paragliding, hang gliding, don't overfly, cultural events, stuff like that. And the only one of real relevance, number 41, although it's a large ring, is just an amendment to the RIAT AIC, which takes place next week. And number 43, just up here, Little Risington's ATZ is active. They must have Air Cadet flying on today. It's normally active at weekends, not during the week. And that's about it. It's all very, very quiet up around here. Nothing that I could note. Operationally, we're on 2.7. I think it didn't look like there was many people rigging this morning. So just come out to the runway when you want to launch, folks, and we'll get you launched. There is, in theory, a jet movement sometime this afternoon. Could take place between 2 and 5 o'clock was the last email I had. I've seen no flight plan. It's a departure of an aircraft. So possibly something this afternoon and another one tomorrow as a departure. Okay, and that's about it. Remember, it's warm, sunny, hot, plenty of water, sunblock, and the usual advice at the launch point. And we'll see you out there.